How do you make sure your internet service provider resolves your internet connection issues as soon as possible? As a work-at-home online freelancer, a stable internet connection is essential in doing our work. In the real world, though, internet service providers are far from perfect. Outages, network downtimes, maintenance, and upgrades happen, which affects the internet connection of the users. Issues can range from no connection at all to intermittent connection to slow connection speed. One day, your connection is perfect. The following day, it's very slow. So how do you make sure that your ISP provides you with the internet speed that you are paying for? And how do you make sure that your ISP fixes your internet connection as quickly as possible so that you can get back to working again? One tip I can give you, which I normally do, is I keep a record of my speed tests, ping tests, and trace routes when my connection is good. Normally, people would only bother to do a speed test or check their pings when they notice that something is wrong with their internet connection. In my case, I keep track of my speed tests and pings when my connection is working perfectly fine. That's because I can use this as a point of reference when I call my ISP if I have connection issues. When my connection has problems, like when it's slow or there's too much ping timeouts, I can call my ISP and tell them, this is the speed and pings that I normally get, but today it's slower than normal, so please fix it. Let me show you how I go through recording my speed tests, ping tests, and trace routes. You can use any screenshot or screen recording tool available to you. So here are the steps. First, start recording your screen, and then go to the Pag-asa website for timestamp. The purpose of this is to put into record what date and time you did the tests. Step 2, do your speed tests. Make sure you do the speed test to local and international servers. So first, we do a speed test to a Metro Manila server. Next, I normally do a speed test to Davao. And then I do a speed test to Singapore. A speed test to Sydney, Australia. And then New York, USA. San Francisco, USA. Germany. And then London, UK. Make sure to copy the link of the speed test results for reference. Obviously, test results to local servers will be fast because they are very near to you, and most of the time the test servers are sitting on the same ISP that you are using. You need to test your connection to different international servers because most probably your client is abroad, and the sites and online tools you will be using are located abroad. Preferably, you need to do a speed test to the city nearest to where your client is. Connection to local servers and websites is one thing, and connection to servers and sites abroad is another thing. From the Philippines, connecting to a server abroad would hop several times from our ISP to different international routers and providers, so the speed and quality of connection to other countries will vary. Step 3. We do continuous pings. This tests the quality of your connection. So, I normally do a ping test to, again, different websites, local and international. For the local test, I normally do a ping test to vopinex.net. and then I do Singapore via Telin, Australia TPG, USA through Princeton.edu, and then UK through Cambridge University. Some websites are not pingable due to security measures, so make sure you look for a site that is pingable. You can use the sites I used here for your ping tests. For the continuous pings, you don't want to see a lot of ping timeouts and ping times higher than 300 milliseconds. Leave it running for about 2 to 3 minutes to observe if there are timeouts. Gamers are particularly familiar with this because most game servers are located abroad, and it is important that ping time or ping delay is minimal to avoid lag in playing the game. When your connection is very laggy, you are bound to lose the game. Step 4 is optional, but if you want to do it, you do the trace routes to the same websites that you did the ping tests to. So this will be both local and international websites. So again, for Phoenix, Telin, TPG, Princeton, and then Cambridge. The trace routes are optional, but if you have time, record it as well. Trace routes will give you information about the route or path taken by your connection until it reaches the final destination site or server. This may be useful to network engineers of your ISP in case they are having connection issues with their international partners. By the way, I am on a Sky Cable Broadband 10 Mbps connection when I did these tests. Now keep this recording of your speed and ping tests for future reference. This is the speed and pings that you should be getting when your connection is working normally. This will be your point of reference in case you notice that your connection is not acting normal. When the time comes that you notice your connection is slower than normal or keeps dropping or keeps lagging, you can call the customer service of your ISP and tell them to fix your connection because it is slower than normal. If they deny the fact that there is a problem with your connection, tell them that you know the normal speed that you should be getting and tell them that you have recorded screenshots of your normal speeds and pings and trace routes. Normally, when they hear that you know what you're doing with your speed tests and pings and trace routes, they'd already escalate the issue or send a technician to your place. I hope this would help getting your connection issue resolved faster, and that way you will be back to working in no time.